This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado. I'm here with Cheryl Burget. Since 2007, she has been helping you accelerate your sales by serving others through a trusted framework and proven sales process. Cheryl, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. You are formally educated in the University of Central Oklahoma. You've worked in asset management beginning back in the 90s. You've been in charge of entire regions for companies as regional vice president. You've gone on to be the founder now of your own company as well as a keynote speaker. Currently, you're the CEO of your Sales Genius. Share with us a little bit how this passion got started for you in sales.
Well, I think that in the beginning of my career, I moved to Colorado as soon as I graduated, so I've been here since 1988. And when I got into an investment management company where I was a research analyst, I realized that I have a really good sales background, but never thought of it as a career. And so I spent 18 years in financial services, moving up through companies to where I had my own 10-state territory. And what I realized is that I was not the only one who was unique in the way I did sales, but I did not like the way the investment business did sales.
Okay.
It was hard sales, it was tactics, and that wasn't me naturally. And so I started to really pay attention to what it is that I love. And I kind of went on a quest in my early 40s, or I guess my late 40s, and I wanted to find out, what am I really passionate about? And I'm really passionate about inspiring others to find their own greatness and empowering them to live it.
That is exciting. I mean, I teach my kids, if they just look around, everyone is doing a bit of selling. Be it the sales clerk or me selling my wife on the idea to go on a vacation. Is some form of sales really still the lifeblood for many companies out there?
It's absolutely the lifeblood, because if you can't master sales, then you're never going to get your product, your service out there. So I always say that you need to put sales at the beginning of your business rather than the back of your business, so you can stay in business.
I mean, although a typical mindset of sales that many have out there is maybe that used car salesman pushing his product on you, almost forcing you to buy. Your success method really challenges us to shift our mindset. So explain a little bit what you're talking about.
You bet. So I have an acronym for sales, which is serving anyone lovingly, effectively, and successfully. And so we lead with service. We lead with finding out about the potential prospect or customer. And we ask a lot of questions to understand the problem that they have and can we solve it. And so with my clients, I teach them how to be curious, genuinely curious, genuinely connect, and then ask them questions. And if they can solve their problem, they owe it to them to tell them what they can help them with.
That is exciting. I mean, I've heard it said before that people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. I mean, quite honestly, in order to sell anything of value, like you said, we must first know what the person needs. I mean, are questions vital to that process? And is the first question you always ask is, how can I serve you?
You know, it actually isn't. I start by building rapport, making a comment about how we met or something that I noticed about them. I'm very intuitive and I remember a lot of things with people that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a certain type of person, and I teach my clients to do that as well. And so it's about asking the question. You start with, so tell me what you want. What is it that you want?
I mean, the word sales, it comes from a Scandinavian word meaning to serve. I mean, you teach not only to serve, but like you said, serve lovingly, effectively, and successfully. That really still is the cornerstone of what you provide for everyone. Is this new concept kind of a light bulb going on for many people going, wow, I've never done it this way?
It is, because I think most people think of the used car salesman. And I think that people that I talk to, my clients particularly, don't want to be pushy, salesy, manipulative. They don't want to be perceived that way. So I teach them that they should be committed to the outcome, but not attached to the outcome.
Interesting. I mean, as I speak to you right now, I can obviously see or almost feel that it's genuine. Being honest, transparent, creating a genuine connection. Is it really about being in that moment, like you said, and not really thinking about what you're trying to get? Is listening vital to the whole process?
Listening is the best thing you can do in sales because you need to be able to listen, interpret, and of course there's a direction that you want to go with that you naturally lead into, and it's that natural process that I help my clients to determine what it is and how they go through that process. But it is very back and forth and very organic in the way that we talk, and it's about listening and repeating and listening and solving.
So much information in a conversation people don't realize that can be shared between two. I mean, you've been known for helping business owners scale their business far beyond where they're at. So is the first step really just knowing where you're at? And will the sales success analysis tool, how does that help them initially?
So they realize that in the sales analysis, what they realize is that they don't have the skill set they need in order to have the success they want.
Okay.
Most people say to me they want a six-figure income, but they have no idea how to get there. And so we actually put numbers to that. We create their offers so they know how many sales do they need each month to hit that.
So we're talking about once you know where you're at, now you're figuring out where you want to go. That's kind of where the rubber hits the road, the work begins, number crunching, like you said, how many clients do I need? How many clients can I personally even serve? I mean, who knows, maybe I can't do enough. Setting clear goals, be it 30, 60, or 90 days. Are all these the steps that you help people with? Because honestly, as a business owner, it's kind of overwhelming for me to sit down and decide. Do you help them there?
Absolutely. I help them to understand that, and I also meet them where they are.
Okay.
So people who are at a different level, I give them, and who I know I can push, I may give them a little higher goals. But people that I know that need to be broken down into 3 steps, go do this. 3 steps, go do this. So it is very much a 30, 60, 90 day. I have my clients report to me on a 30-day basis.
Okay.
How many reach outs? How many conversations did you have that you asked people to work with you? What revenue did you generate this month? So the numbers don't lie.
No.
And so that's the way we measure it, right? And I also listen to them in their sales conversations so that I can coach them along the way. So I have them record them a lot of times.
So like any great coach, you're bringing out the best in them and holding them accountable different intervals throughout the way. I mean, now that we know where we're at, we know where we want to go. Let's face it, most business owners and even people in general, we're afraid of rejection. I mean, are you able to help us break down some of those barriers while at the same time kind of managing what our expectations are?
That is a great question, Gary. And one of the things that I have them do is there's a YouTube video, and it's go out and get 100 no's. And my favorite one is the guy who goes out and asks the guy at the counter, "Can I have a burger refill?" It's hysterical.
No.
Right? So I have challenged my clients sometimes on our retreats, sometimes alone, to go out and get no's, because no is just a no. Right. And no should mean next.
That is interesting. So you're conditioning yourself to not be afraid of that no, but understand it and challenge yourself to accept it or turn it around. That is great. With your approach, I mean, you're really setting out to help people.
Right.
That's the bottom line. I mean, that really is opposite of the drudgery when I think of sales. I mean, do you think this process can actually be fun for people, and do some of them actually enjoy it once they realize that there's a system in place?
Actually, yes. I had a client who was a branding expert who told me at one point during our coaching that she said, "I actually like the sales conversation better than I actually do like doing the work." I laughed because I'd never heard that before. But, you know, people who like to be challenged, who like to be competitive and meet their numbers are motivated by that. And so, yeah, it can be fun. I look at it as challenging. Yeah. I enjoy it because I enjoy people.
Right. I mean, years ago, I had the honor to hear Zig Ziglar personally say, you will get all what you want in life if you're able to help enough people get what they want. You say that sales are just the result of serving others with impact. So really, money is the result of that impact or lack of, right?
That's part of it. Money is part of it. That's how we measure it. But the impact they have on others' lives.
Yes.
So I usually work with service-based entrepreneurs. So they're serving other people in different ways: marketing, communication, social media. And so they, as a result, it's like the ripple effect.
Okay.
They change other people's lives as well. So it's the impact they're able to have because they're out there talking to more people, asking more people to work with them. And if you're just doing it within your four walls, it's not making an impact.
Interesting. Speaking of the people that you work with, obviously your method can help any business out there transform their sales. But who and what type of businesses do you tend to help the most?
So I help everybody from accountants to other coaches to marketing communications people, social media, I said, realtors.
Absolutely.
A lot of the realtors come with a cookie cutter type of program that they're taught by their agencies, and then I help them personalize it. I help them personalize it, work within what's going on with them. Because we all have stuff, right? We all have things that block us, sabotage us, and so I work with that as well.
That is interesting. So pretty wide array, definitely in the services industry, people who are serving others in that way. We've touched on what you provide. We know the types of businesses that have benefited from your system. So what is the first step in really getting started on a 12-month elite one-on-one coaching?
So the first step is that we have a conversation. I take you through an intake and we discuss what it is that you want, what do you want to create, and how are you currently doing that.
Okay.
So if I see a problem, I've worked with business owners for a long time, if I see a problem in what they want and what they're currently doing and that they don't have the skill set to match that, they're just going to be disappointed, frustrated, and quite honestly, they lose their confidence. And I tell them, I don't want to pull you out of the confidence hole, the lack of confidence hole, so I want to start with you early rather than later. So that's it. It starts with a conversation.
Does that first conversation, is that complimentary for them?
Yes, it is. I spend about 30 to 45 minutes talking with them and really getting to know them in their business. And it may be multiple conversations, but generally one.
Generally. Someone who is maybe not ready to commit to 12 months, ready to get down and do it, what is the VIP experience and can one day really make a difference?
So what one day will do for you is give you a plan.
Okay.
What I find is that most entrepreneurs don't have their business plan or sales plan.
Right.
And so I focus on their communicating, what problem do they solve, what steps do they need to take, what lead generation source they're going to use, what are the results that they need to track to get them where they want to go. And so it's a little bit customized depending on how long people have been in business, if they're going to take their business to $10,000 a month, to $20,000 a month, or they're $5,000 to $10,000. There's a little bit differentiation or customization that I use. It's a 4-hour experience where I basically provide a blueprint and I give you a 90-day action plan.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's pretty comprehensive.
So you leave the table with something tangible that you can start on. That is exciting. I mean, I've personally sat down here with nearly 2,000 business owners myself, and every one of them I found is usually really great at what they do. But most of them cannot sell or speak about what they do. To me, it's sad because really it's a disservice to the public because these people may not survive to share their talents. What they intended to be was a business, and many times I see them turning into a hobby. Is this stuff that you have found as well?
All the time. All the time. They're great at what they do. So I don't talk to them much about what they do, but I help them explain what they do. They need to be clear. For instance, what I say is that you need to be clear with the problem you solve and it needs to be tangible. For instance, for me, I help you get more clients and make more money.
Exactly.
That's it, right? So that you can stay in business, leave a legacy, grow your business to X. So they need to be able to speak what they do, and most people don't. And I say if you go on beyond 2, you're in big trouble because everybody stopped listening.
I agree. It's one of the reasons I started this company because I loved entrepreneurs. I love celebrating them, but I really love helping them explain to the world what it is that they're doing. I mean, the intent really for these owners is to own their own business, to serve others by doing what they're good at. You have always provided the tools for others to succeed at their intended life. Does this continue to be rewarding for you?
Yes, it actually is so rewarding that when I get a call from a client who says, I just sold my biggest deal ever, which I just had happen. She sold a $175,000 branding contract. Blew me away.
Wow.
And then I said to her, success breeds complacency. So when this contract is over, you need to have your pipeline full and you need to continue to bring in clients. So it is, I mean, I get a joy out of it, watching people who did not think they could ever make the money that they made, and they've been in business 15 years and they make more money than they ever thought they could.
That's exciting for you. You become the ripple effect you're talking about and seeing all this happen. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, you're going to see some highlights of her success method right there. You can choose which of the services that she provides definitely could benefit you. Be it individually or for your entire organization. She can be hired as a keynote speaker for your company, but really the easy way to get started is book a 30-minute Shift Your Sales session where she's going to sit down and find out exactly what it is, where you're at, and what you may need as well, so that you can continue serving the clients and meet the goals that you need. Once again, that is Cheryl Burget, since 2007, helping you scale your business to 6 figures and beyond by serving others through a trusted framework and proven sales process. Accelerate your sales. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.